Hey, welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd do a quick video on the La Sportiva Cyklon Cross GTX shoe, which basically I was really excited to get this shoe on my feet, because especially through the winter months, because it sort of promised to be amazingly protective of your feet basically. And my main aim for these shoes, which are, let me get them, these ones here. So my main aim was to have dry feet throughout the winter months and be able to run over the Ashdown Forest and other places like that without getting wet feet, hence going for the Gore-Tex and the Gator, and yeah, and things like the Burr system were a bit of a bonus, but also with that you needed really good grips. So yeah, basically in a nutshell, I got these shoes for about 160 quid or pounds from one of those mountain resellers, because they're like a mountain shoe really, because they've got quite a rigid EVA midsole. I think they're 7mm grips with the friction white sticky grip. So got good grips, and they promise to be amazingly protective and protect you from water, mud with the Gore-Tex and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, they promised a lot. The main thing was to protect your feet from the water. So first run I got, well, wet feet basically, because, which is one of the drawbacks, was the Gator, it's only water resistant. It's not actually Gore-Tex like the shoe on the inside of it. So there's a little shoe inside with the Gator that comes up outside. And I really don't know why they didn't make this Gator Gore-Tex as well and actually waterproof it right the way up to the top of the Gator. I think that's the first sort of flaw, the major one which they did, because effectively this could be an amazing shoe if it was properly waterproof up to the top there. So this is only water resistant. So from that, I thought, right, you know, I don't want to send them back. I'll give them a bit more time. So I ended up by buying like some water repellent spray. So I was spraying over the Gator, trying to make it even more waterproof to try and take that point up to here. Also, when you get the Gator sort of zipped up, you've still got the when if it rains and it hits your leg and it runs down your leg, and then it can actually get down the little gap between the top of the Gator into the shoe, and then eventually the shoe fills up, which is another sort of problem. So to try and overcome that, I ended up going and buying these things which are used for sort of cycling, I think, where it would overlap. So it's like a neoprene little cuff thing that overlaps it, but when it does that, it puts almost a bit too much pressure on the top of the Gator, where you've got a little zip. So the zip comes up and then the zip folds over, and that zip puts pressure on your lower part of your shin, so you can get some little rubbing happening with that zip being pushed in. And you get that anyway, even without that little neoprene cuff that I bought. So yeah, so that's the first thing. It could be an amazing shoe, I think, if this Gator was fully waterproof as well and there was a proper seal at the top. Together with that, the Burr system is really good. I really like the idea that you can pop it, you can control it, and without having to faff about with laces. One problem with that at the start, I think, until your feet have sort of moulded in to that foot shape inside, and sort of then you won't get a good lockdown, because and fresh shoe won't mold to your feet straight away, and it takes time, and eventually you click it, and over the months the inside will sort of mold a bit more to your foot. So it does have a bit of breaking in time. And also the soles are quite hard EVA, so like on a durometer scale, I think some people have got up to like number 51 or something, which is quite hard and rigid. So it's quite a rigid shoe. It's actually slightly lower stack than what it looks sometimes. It looks quite high stack here, but it's lower stack. It's quite hard ride. So I ended up by changing the inner sole for the boomerang insole, which is what you get with the innovates. So I put a boomerang inner sole there because it gives it sort of dual density for the midsole then, because the EVA underneath is very hard. The original one comes with an Ortholite one, which it bottoms out very quickly. So for longer distances, over say 20 odd miles or more than that, you want a bit of comfort. So I put a boomerang insole, but that is slightly thicker. So I now have to wear liner socks with this, which is fine because it's quite a warm shoe, but liner socks are obviously slightly thinner. So I also had to size up half a size. So these are size 9.5. I'm usually a size 9. Now this 9 boomerang insole fits pretty much perfectly with a 9.5 shoe. So I'd size up half a size. What else do I like? Well, it's quite a heavy shoe. It's 346 grams per shoe. So you've got an extra bit of weight there to carry around, but you don't notice it too much once it's locked down. So, but if you've got a heavier shoe, you want to at least make sure that shoe is waterproof. Now, with that extra weight, you do feel it sometimes, especially when going up and down hills, well, up hills especially. Also, one thing I don't like is sometimes the heel, it's not, if that was rounded off more, I think it would have a smoother gait cycle if you do end up by slide, because it's quite a sort of rigid step there. But yeah, the pros, it's got really good grip. It is good when it's muddy, but when it's too wet, the water does get in. Now, that was a problem because that was primarily why I bought this shoe, was for winter use over things like the Ashdown Forest and other places, so to protect your feet. Burst system I like once you've sort of broken it in and you've locked it down properly, but you want to make sure you get a good heel lockdown as well, because when you're going downhill you don't want any movement to sort of slide your feet forward. It looks like it's on paper, it looks really, really good, but it's quite a heavy shoe, and it is a grower. I do like it because sometimes I don't like having to put waterproof socks on and doing all that sort of stuff. And if it's not too wet, then I'll put these on and just go out there. But with it, definitely I would put something like a boomerang inner sole in to give it a bit more cushioning. And yeah, well, thanks for listening anyway. It promised a lot, but it didn't quite deliver 100%. I'm going to keep hold of them and yeah, make it there. I think there is still a place in my shoe rotation, but for mud on the forest and stuff like that. But so this is the La Sportiva Cyklon Cross. Let's just check I haven't missed anything. Hard sole, yeah. So yeah, if I were them, next model up, make it Gore-Tex up to the top. Let's try and think about sealing that better to your leg so you don't get the water running down your leg into the shoe. Also, actually, this zip, it can be quite hard if it gets caked with mud and that dries on. Hard to get up and down, but this is fine at the moment because it's clean. But I clean my shoes all the time. I know other people have had problems getting the zips on and off, and then had to quickly change their shoe because of they couldn't actually undo the zip. But yeah, anyway, thanks for listening. This is my run for my review, for the Cyklon Cross GTX. It's got about 50 miles in, and I hope to take it a lot more. Cheers, bye.